Wonder. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're doing well. And in today's video, I will be discussing early learning for babies, toddlers, little children, 6 and under, and how we as moms can assist them during this time of learning. So we cannot make our little ones learn, but the good news is we don't have to. Just because there is an immense amount of learning from the moment they come into this world. They are programmed to absorb information, to form concepts of their surroundings, make connections, and just there is so much learning going on. But the question remains, how can we help them further that learning? Or how can we help them benefit the most from that time? And so that is what we're going to be talking about today. You know that as moms, we are concerned with every detail of our little ones' lives, from the healthiest foods to the clothes that they will be wearing. We just worry about every single detail. And it's the same with education. But formal academics doesn't come into play until they're about 5 or 6 years old. That's when they go into school and they have their textbooks, their workbooks. But it's not even recommended that children do formal schooling until even after 6 years old. So what can we do in those early years to help our little ones? I think our goal should be to inspire in them a love of learning that will remain even beyond those early years by creating positive experiences around learning, encouraging curiosity and wonder, by building confidence as they master new skills, and by displaying our own enthusiasm for learning as well. And this can surely be accomplished if we are more conscious and intentional about our actions and habits as the first teachers that they will ever meet as their moms. So today I will be sharing with you some of the things that I did with my little girl to maximize that learning experience in her early years. But I will also be sharing some things that I wish I would have done if I would have known earlier. And the reason I am sharing some of the things that I did with my little girl is because I see so many positives in her. She loves learning. She gets so excited. For her, it's just so much fun. She asks for school. She loves learning materials. She loves books. She loves reading. So I see so many good things in her that I think I must have done something right. And I just want to share that with other moms that have little ones and could benefit from that too. But I will also be sharing some things that I wish I would have done. And those are things that I am just learning now. I try to educate myself. I just want to be the best teacher for her. And so I'm learning new things every day. And there are things that I say, I wish I would have done that. Or I wish I would have done more of that. And so I will be sharing that as well because I know that some moms have little babies at home or toddlers. And this information will be just in time. So first I will be sharing what I did with my little girl since the moment she was did is I was always engaging her in constant conversation. Even when she was a little baby, I remember I would narrate everything I was doing. I just wanted for her to know that I was talking to her. I wanted to surround her with language. I wanted a model for her, how to speak, how to ask questions. I would also make sure that I was making eye contact, that I was smiling, holding her hand, just interacting with her. When I did speak to her, it was always in complete sentences, and it was like higher level vocabulary. I never wanted to speak to her just baby talk. I wanted to speak to her like I would normally speak to a grown-up, and just use those high-level words. So I would use the world around her, if it was pictures or anything we were seeing, I would use that to speak to her, to ask her or encourage her to describe the world. Like, how does that look? Look at that cloud. It looks so beautiful. It's fluffy and white. Or do you feel the weather? Can you feel it's warm outside? Just trying to engage her in just descriptive discussions. So another thing that I did from when she was very little, from the time she was very little, is that I fully believed in her capabilities. Like, I never wanted to treat her like, oh, she's just a baby, she won't understand. No, I always, even when I was speaking to her, I knew that she couldn't, I knew that she could understand. I knew that she would eventually develop those skills and she would understand. So I didn't want to limit myself with language or in any way that I interacted with her. I always wanted to make sure that I was conscious of those capabilities, that she was understanding, that she is highly intelligent. Also choosing beautiful and wholesome books, songs, music, even TV shows, which I tried for her not to watch too much TV. But whatever that I was exposing her to, I wanted to make sure that it was beautiful. That I know that sometimes I feel that the thing, like the language in a book or the pictures or even shows are not so fully thought of or thought out. And so I just wanted to make sure that what she was having access to, that it was beautiful, that it was high quality. Because like things created for children are maybe not as high quality. I just want to value her as a person, as a little person that thinks, that appreciates beauty, that loves things that are high quality and appreciates them and enjoys them. So I wanted to make sure I was doing that too. And also, since she was very little, her daddy and I have always encouraged expression, how she's feeling, what she thinks, her ideas are very important to us, and we always want her to know that, and we continue to do that. We always show interest in what she thinks and the things that she says. They're very important to us, and we want her to know that. We constantly ask about her interests, what she prefers, what she likes, what she's enjoying, how's her day going. We constantly ask her so that she has the opportunity to express those feelings and those thoughts. So we also provided a safe environment and a loving atmosphere, just so that it gave her freedom to explore her interests and to basically learn. I didn't want her worried about anything at home, just not expose her to any problems or anything. And even before she was here, we were always trying to just be the best for each other. But I think that now that she's here, it's even more important that there is peace, that there is nothing that might, distract her from her learning. So just making sure that she feels loved, that she feels secure. Little children, they're always in so much need of love and affection. They have big feelings, and for them, little things are just really, really big, and so they always need somebody to comfort them, and we will always provide that. Not only because we're planning to do it, but because it's natural for parents to comfort their children. So we want her to know that we're always there for her, and I think that that also creates in her like a security. It creates in her a security that allows for her to worry about other things, learning, focusing on other things, pursuing her interests, exploring. So another thing that we did with my little girl. Well, if you know me, you know that I love books. I I love reading, and so even from when she was really little, that is something I always wanted. I always wanted her to also love reading and love books. And so, of course, the first thing was surround her with books. I have always read her from when she was very little. I don't think that a day has gone by without me or her daddy reading to her. We are always reading to her. And I genuinely get so excited about books. Like if they come in the mail, if I see them in the store, if she receives a book, I just get so excited. And I think that she sees that in me. And I think that also inspires her. So that's very important to show our own love of reading. Another thing that I did is play with her. Play with her and encourage her to play. Now, it hasn't been easy because as moms, we're always so tired. But I'll always try to make time to play with her. And if I don't play with her, I know her daddy plays with her. But we always try to set some time aside. So playing with her helps us model social skills, manners. So playing has also been something that we try to do. And sometimes she plays by herself, so that's also good. Like, I know that we're not always supposed to play with her, and she does have some time where she plays by herself, and that's also very helpful because that's where she uses her imagination the most. That's where she is creative, and I know that there is a lot of learning taking place when she plays. So another thing that we have done is that there is very little screen time. So when she was little, as a baby, that was always in the back of my mind that I didn't want her to have too much screen time. Now it wasn't always possible, and I guess I wasn't so organized. But I know that it was always a minimal amount, just because I know that I was conscious about it. But as she grew older and she wanted to watch more TV, she wanted to use the tablet more, I had to get more organized. And so at first, I remember I made these little kind of like bills. Each bill had either 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or 30 minutes. And it would equal, I think, an hour. Yeah, it would equal an hour because that's the recommended screen time for her age. And so if she ate or if she cleaned up, she helped me organize, or if she cleaned up around the house, or if she was reading for a certain amount of time, I would give her one of those bills and she would get to watch a certain amount of time or play on the tablet. But I only did that for a little while. I would say maybe 2 weeks. And after that, she doesn't even ask for it anymore. She doesn't ask for screen time. She rarely asks to watch something. So I am very happy about that because now it's almost nothing, almost no screen time. And that is great because that allows her to play more. And a lot of learning takes place while we play. So that is very good. She's into crafting right now, so she does that a lot. So that helps her with her motor skills, and so I'm just very happy. I know that limiting screen time is always a positive thing. I also did a lot of sensory activities when she was very little, using like washi tape for her to untape or to tape. Experiments like playing with vinegar and baking soda to see what happens, finger painting, just anything that is open-ended or that they can use their hands and touch. Like sand is also very good, playing with sand. The last thing that I want to mention is that I have always prayed for my little girl from the moment that I knew she was in my belly. I remember praying for her growth, for her development, for her to love the Lord. And I've always prayed for her. And I continue to pray for her. And I think that that's the most important thing we can do for our little ones, because God does listen. And um, I've done so many other things, but I know that that's what is the most important, that God has been with us and He's given us wisdom, and He's giving her wisdom and intelligence, and helping her grow, not only academically, but most importantly, her heart. But praying for our little ones is also very important. But now I want to share with you what I wish I would have done. These are just things that I'm just learning and that I wish I would have done more. So one of the things that I wish I would have done is more time outdoors. I do remember setting time aside to take her outside and play. We are always taking her to the park or to, even just our backyard. But I wish I would have been more conscious and more organized about this, which I am now. I'm making sure that I take her, every single day that I can, I take her outside. And I think the reasons why I hadn't done this as much is because where we live, there's lots of bugs. The weather also is kind of crazy and unpredictable, so it's not easy. But I know that I am trying to take her out every single day so that she goes out into nature. She observes and she basically plays outside and explores. Another thing that I wish I would have done is habit training. So forming habits, that is basically things that I want her to do on a regular basis, maybe at a certain time. For example, helping mommy put the laundry away after breakfast. That's just an example of a habit. And I wish I would have done this earlier, but like I said, I'm just learning about this, the importance of it, and I do want to work on that more. I do know that it's a lot of hard work and that it won't be easy. I read somewhere that experts agree that it takes at least 21 days for a person to form a habit. We will be working on that with my little one. I will be working one habit at a time, and I know that it's going to be a lot of work, but I know it's going to pay off in the end, because it's part of preparing her to be independent and to also be disciplined. So another thing that I wish I would have known of earlier is handicrafts. Those are life skills. So it's not like just little crafts, gluing and cutting, but it's actually knowing how to do something. Like, for example, sewing or woodworking or embroidery, or just something that they will know for life. And I wish I would have known that, but now I know, and I will be doing that with my little girl. I personally love learning new things, so I know that it's something that I'm going to enjoy doing with her. And that is it for the things that I did with my little girl in those early years to encourage learning, to help her benefit from that special time in which they are learning so much. And that is what I did. And the things also that I wish I would have done. And I hope that it was helpful, and I hope that you enjoyed it. This video, I welcome you to subscribe for more videos like this one. I have so many ideas, and I'm so excited to see this little community grow. I will see you in the next video.